Hello everyone, it's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual feline friend, a purveyor of good vibes. So today we are here on Final Fantasy World Visions to roll for Raph. And it's been a long time since I last rolled anything in Final Fantasy World Vision, huh? I think the last time I rolled for anything was actually Yuffie. That's like months way back. But you can tell that because I haven't rolled for a long time, I accumulate quite a bit of visual. It's probably enough for like 3 characters. Yeah, about 3 characters I can guaranteed. And yeah, there's been like a lot of touchy things in between, but I knew way early on that I was gonna kind of save for Raph and kind of work on my dark team, right? I do have Sephiroth, who's a big part of it. And I always kind of wanted a really good tank, which Raph was exactly what I needed, right? She's very durable. She's actually probably one of the tanks that's probably really hard for anybody to take down. She obviously has a lot of kind of resistance, right? And I think the biggest difference between her and a lot of tanks is she has re-raise, and every time she goes, not every time, but when she has her buff, when she goes below 50% HP, she actually heals. So, really tough to take down. Yeah, really tough to take down unless you get hit hard enough. And even if you hit hard enough, you have to do it twice. So, she's gonna be taking a lot of hits while she's out there. And while she's out there, she can still do some decent amount of damage. And if you have shell or courage, those are pretty much gone when she attacks you. So yeah, she's gonna be a really valuable character for any dark team. So if you have a dark team, if you have a Sephiroth, I do recommend rolling for her. It's gonna be hard to probably get her in like her situations, just like other Crystal Warriors. You know how hard they are probably by now. And she's also a 100 cost unit, so it's really tough to get her. Like any of the other Crystal Warriors I did not intend to roll for, I never really got them, right? I only got like June. So yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and start with the tickets first. I think it's gonna be a little bit tricky rolling for her. Like I haven't rolled for a long time, but I noticed there's been lots of changes. Oop, I skipped animation. It's fine. Probably, yeah. I kind of figured that I would not get her from those tickets. That'd be way too lucky. Yeah, she has lots of different banners, as you can tell. And I've been debating how to really go about this. But I think the best way to go for this first is to start with the non-paid banners and hit the 3 step summons and Mind Sphere summons. That way, even you don't get her right there, you still get a lot of her shards and Mind Spheres from doing these rolls. So let's go ahead and start with the Mind Spheres first. And I checked the rates and everything. It's about equal to her normal standard banner. That's gonna be nothing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and actually skip this. No surprises there. Okay, now let's start hitting the 3 step summons. So what's nice about a lot of these summons is they still give you her medals, which is, I think, the only way to really pity for her once you collect 2,000 medals in the mock shop. So that's why it really doesn't matter which one you pick, but this one at least gives you shards. And I guess this one's a slightly discount on some of the rolls, some of the 10 pulls. Yeah, very different from those like 9-step banners we used to have. Okay, promising. The very last one and that bottom left one could technically go up. Nope. The very last one could still kind of rainbow up, right? Or not. I mean, this is typical rolls, right? Like, it's really rare for it to do that. But you could still hope. Okay, we're just gonna press along. Definitely will be able to get her with about, 40k rolls usually. That's how it takes to kind of guarantee a character. And luckily, my friends who have kind of been waiting for her as well, who rolled for her, have not needed to hit pity, but I think it's normal for a lot of the pity people to kind of hit pity for her. That's how it is with a bunch of the 100 cost characters that I have rolled for. Yep, yeah, I guess you get those energy pots as well as a little extra, which I'm fine with. You kind of have to start. Ooh, rainbow. Wait. Okay, I was gonna say, like, it was guaranteed to get her shards anyways. The question is whether that rainbow is the one. I'm like really used to being disappointed when this happens, but the wrong dark tank. I almost kind of feel sorry for this tank. She's the original dark tank, right? And I think she's still relevant to the game. Raph is a cost 100 tank. So if you need a lower cost tank, then still Whisper is relevant for those, those like class match battles that, or even limited guild battles that you need a lower cost tank. But in all the other scenarios, normal arena and normal guild battles, Raph is definitely way better than Whisper. Which is why I'm rolling Raph today. Yeah, I totally forgot about talking about her. I guess that's why she decided to appear up. She's like, oh, where's my time to talk about me? Are you gonna change up? Yes. Yes, I think this is her. Yes. Ooh. Wow. That's amazing. It's problematic for me now because, like, this is the point where I like kind of ask myself, do I keep rolling to get more her shards, or do I just stop? And in the most case, it's actually better to just stop. And in most cases, better to stop. Like, so if I was to roll to get those shards for the shards in the end, right? I need to roll, like, spend 4k, but each 2k I spend right now, I can already get 40 shards from the shop, right? But that's guaranteed. So with the amount I paid, I'm guaranteed 80. While if I roll now, I only guarantee 40. But there's potential. There's a potential if I rolled her in the middle of those rolls, if I get lucky, then I get another 40 shards every time I get her. But that's so very unlikely. Very more likely case, I would just end up walking away with 40. So it's in the end better for me to just save and get that guaranteed by just going to the shop rather than gambling for what's the shop rate? It's literally like a 0.4 chance whether there will be a better result. I guess some people might hope to get more, more of our shards, get more of our shards more than more than that 4k, right? Maybe hit even with the 8k or even go more. with more copies of her, but that's even more likely, right? It's already low for one copy of her. So getting more shards through rolling, even more, is just not gonna happen. I mean, it probably happens to some people, but in a very low percentage of people. So I'm the type to kind of just, as soon as you get the character, just stop. It's nice that you can get the shards if you fail, but if you already got her, I would stop. So that was the only thing I was gonna roll today. So the other thing I've been kind of withholding from rolling is the vision cards from the Fantasy 5 collab. And Sildra is a limited card and Esper, so I'll be rolling for this as well. And unlike Ralph, the drop rate should be better. Yeah, like double the chance. And even if I don't get it through luck, 10 pulls, so 10k, I'm guaranteed to get the vision card. So let's go ahead and hit these. But weirdly, I feel like whenever I kind of roll for vision cards, I tend to get it before the 5th step. It's still kind of rare for that to happen. I'm trying to think. I feel like half the time I actually get the card before I hit the pity. Oh, I thought it'd be really funny if I actually got one of the collab characters like that. I mean, we already given Barts for free. I didn't really go for the other Fantasy 5 characters. Largely because I was thinking for Ralph and, future summons. Yeah, just because I have a lot, it looks like I have a lot, it doesn't mean I should spend it all. The reason why I have a lot is because I keep saving. And being really picky on who to decide to roll for. Okay, definitely not gonna get the vision card from this. I was about to say. Yeah, usually I don't expect to get the vision card unless it's like a vision card at the very last lot. Don't forget, I think like mid. Oh, it is not a thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip this one. Might be a YoRHa character, but nope. But yeah, I think the mid step there was a higher rate too. They kind of get the card. Yeah, I forgot to mention that mid between like Final Fantasy 7 rolls, from Yuffie rolls to here, there might be other vision cards I kind of roll for that are limited. But I just decided not to kind of blow up my pulls. Mainly because I feel like they're so minor that I don't really need to kind of cover those. But just know that most of the time when there's limited vision cards, I kind of just roll for them. They're kind of cheap enough that I don't have to worry so much about it hitting my visual pocket or visual wallet. But potentially it could be really important to my future characters. But yeah, these vision cards are kind of like hard to tell whether they're good enough nowadays. I feel like when they were all like focused on just elements, if you kind of main those elements, it was the easy decision to pull for those cards. Nice. Yeah, really deceiving because this looks like a locked in this mustard, so you would think it's a water Esper, but it's a wind Esper, which kind of goes double for me, who mainly uses wind as the main element. It's either like wind and dark for my defense, or light for my defense, depending on my characters. Depends on the state of how things are. Okay, so that's one vision card down. There's still one more for me to roll. But before we do that, I just want to talk about like this card is really good for a lot of jobs, right? That I actually have. That's kind of the reason why I think it's important for me to pull this vision card, and not only for the Esper. But yeah, it's just really hard for me to figure out what situations is better to use this card over some of my elemental vision cards. It probably works better if you run a non-elemental model team that has all these jobs in there. I just haven't fully figured it out yet. But I think maybe you just need enough vision cards that has similar jobs and they all kind of align. But that's why I'm still collecting these, just in case, I figured that out one day. And the next vision card is very, very similar for this. Very similar reason. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the 5-step banner and get this card. If it's a non-Esper card, I think it's a higher chance to actually get too. So the other one was a 0.8. This one's still a 0.8. Okay. Still, it's Man-Eater is still a really good stat to kind of get. And it is more attack, so still a card that is worth grabbing just in case. Oh, it's a gold right off the bat. But a character. Still good sign because even if not the right type, other pulls before, oh that's nice, could be upgraded and be a rainbow pull, but I guess not. But the Dark Phoenix is nice. Like, sure, I already have it already, but more shards for it can't hurt. Or in my case, more Mind Spheres. Okay, I'm gonna skip this one. Most likely a bare minimal pull, which it is. Is it another bare minimal? It is. It's kind of weird. It's weird because normally struggle for the, cost 100 characters, and I have it easy on my vision card pull, but it's like opposite today. I'm gonna have to pity for those vision cards, but get the 100 cost character early. Still much more preferable, because skip this one as well. Yeah, because it's definitely a lot more costly trying to pity for a 100 cost character, or just any character in general. I much prefer the pity for vision cards. It's deceiving, but this is the 5th step, so that should be it. Could mean I can get something more. And I guess not today. Okay, vision card obtained. Well, so I think that is all for all my pulls today. It's tempting to, pull for some of these characters. Varus looks great, but I don't really run a YoRHa team. And Lena, it's an interesting choice if you decide to pull for her. She's a, kind of like a wind support character, a healer. But the problem is there's a lot of wind healers or support characters already, right? You already have Ayaka, like the default white mage character. But for me, I also have little Leela. It's a good character. Good healing support-wise and offensive-wise. So it kind of... Oh yeah, and then also there's the 100 cost character, right? Subtly. So it kind of makes it really hard to kind of justify pulling for her unless you don't have those other characters and you just like Final Fantasy V characters. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm passing her for now. Okay. Yeah, and these other cards might be good and stuff, but if they're not limited, then I'm pretty sure I would get them down the line, so I'm not too worried. It's just a matter of patience. Okay, well, yeah, pretty lucky today, I think, overall. I got Ralph and the vision cards I was hoping to grab. And if you guys are planning to pull for her or anything else around here still, I wish you guys luck. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye-bye.